Kelowna Mayor Colin Basran has had to weather a political storm this week after a former contributor, Les Bellamy, said his $3,000 contribution and others were never disclosed to Elections BC. It turns out the money was spent prior to the 2018 election. The mayor admits it was a mistake and the proper paperwork is being filed, and that's it. Or is it?
Any money that we raised outside of the 2018 election campaign, and in this case, that's what Mr. Bellamy's contribution was spent on services before the election campaign of 2018. So any money raised was before 2018, was spent before the 2018 election campaign. It does not count as an election campaign contribution, which is therefore why we did not include it in the 2018 election disclosure of our finances.
It seems odd as a community member that we have an event that is a campaign fundraiser that then is stated as, well, not really the election campaign. It's a social media campaign, I guess? I don't understand the gray area of that description.
Fully recognize that as a result of this story coming out, that we were required to at least disclose to Elections BC these contributions and where the money was spent. So we are doing that. We've been in touch with Elections BC and plan on filing that information, and then it's in their hands.
It seems like when something is done that may be done incorrectly, that it's simply a oops, sorry, and we move on. And I think it's why people don't get out and vote. It's why we just don't care about politics anymore, because there doesn't seem to be a true accountability. It's just a oops, sorry. And I don't really think that's acceptable.
We knew we had to account for the money, so all the money is accounted for. We know who donated, we know where the money was spent, and we can show anybody that. But we were under the impression that we did not have to file that as a part of our 2018 election campaign expenses, because these were not included or part of that election campaign. So an oversight on our part. We made a mistake, but we're working with Elections BC to fix that. We'll file what's called the supplementary disclosure, and then it'll be in Election BC's hand. But we don't believe we've violated any campaign financing or spending limits or rules.
The reality is this wasn't his first election, right? So this was his third time running in politics. He should know the rules. And I understand that you can't know all the rules of every situation, but he should have been aware of new election rules when there's a new election coming, and this is his third time.
Is it damaging to you politically?
I suspect maybe it is, but I think at the end of the day, these allegations, when you see where they're coming from, are from people who are not happy with me being the mayor, and they're just meant to try and discredit or to damage my reputation.
Am I out to get the mayor? The answer to that is no. I'm not out to get the mayor. I was aware of something that appears to be done incorrectly. I think we, as community members, we have a responsibility to speak up if something seems to be out of line.
What are your plans? You can run for re-election?
I'd say too early to be making any announcements right now about my political future. But one thing I will say I do find interesting is I'm often asked, well, there's rumors of you wanting to do this or that or go to a higher level of government. I am now in my 7th year as mayor. I'm not sure what more I need to do to show people that I'm committed to this job and to this role. I love this city. When you look at what's happening in our city, even in a pandemic, we have one of the strongest economies. So many people want to move here. This is a great place to live. I'm really proud of that.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Ken.